Okay, don't panic everyone. It's not going to be a video in complete darkness, don't worry. It's rapidly getting light as I'm speaking to you now. The first bait going out is half an anchovy and squid. That's on a pulley pennel, which is around 4.5 feet long. Size 3/0 hooks, I think they are on there. 7 ounces of lead. Don't really need that. It's a very small, just a neap tie today. It's a dead neap, but just to punch it out through the bit of the breeze we got. 7 ounces of lead, but we might reduce that and even put a plain lead on later on. But we get this one out to start with. And the next one going out, surprise, surprise, same deal. It's anchovy and squid wrap, exactly the same pulley pennel, same hooks. Let's get it out. Got a bite on the left hand rod. What we did have looked pretty dogfish like to me. Let's see if she'll go again. There we go. Yep, someone's having a bit of a yank. It's not a small bait by any means, so if it is a doggy or something, we'll just give it a little while, let it develop. You're walking that line really where you don't want the fish to swallow it right down, so you have a job on hooking it, but at the same time it'd be nice to get the fish, so dogfish are very welcome. Yeah, something's tapping away there. Quite tricky to see on these rods, more on that later, but yeah, he looks there. Let's have a look. See what's going on. Oh yeah, we got something. It's a doggy, it's a reasonable sized one. I'll be surprised if it wasn't a doggy though. I'll have to go down and get it. My first cast, my first fish of 2025. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is making sure you hook the fish but not having it too deep, but he's whacked that right down. That's not a small bait, and he scoffed that. She scoffed that. Right, let's get it unhooked. There we are, just barred her off. So it isn't a tiny dogfish, reasonable size really for a doggy. Beginning of March, very happy to see that. Like I say, this is my first fish on the first cast of 2025. Nice one, Abbotsbury. Let's get her back in. So as you can see, it's rapidly getting light here. These are still my first cast, even though it was dark just now. I haven't even got another trace baited up yet. I'm going to carry on with the fish baits for now. I do have some frozen black plug with me. We'll try a little scratch and rig a bit later on, I think. What a lovely morning. Nowhere near as cold as it has been. I think winds were easterly yesterday. and they turned around sort of more northeasterly today. So those still from the left, pretty much coming up over the top. Got a bagfish. Just got some joey mackerels today, so I've just cut some finger-sized pieces. Slither a squid up the side. You can see the size of those there. How annoying was that? I was just setting up the camera in the bivvy here, and I actually heard the ratchet go, turned around and the rod was banging away. By the time I turned the tripod round and everything and grabbed hold of the rod, it obviously gone again. That's two really nice bites now, two really nice bites that are screwed up. Both very similar as well, like taking line and very annoying. Right, we cast back out. Another nice bite on the left hand rod there. I think he's there, let's have a look. They're certainly not piddly little fish. I know it's another doggy, but nice big female again. Just get the hook out of her. There we go. Pop her back. Look, I know dogfish get a bad press, but at the moment I'm really happy to be catching a couple. And when you return dogfish, or anyone who's new to fishing, you whack them back in. Always just turn around, give it a minute or two, just check, because they're notorious for turning back around and swimming back in and beaching themselves, and then you end up with the fish thrashing around on the shingle and not back in the sea. So if that does happen, obviously don't go risking your own life going back down, try and get it back in the sea, but if it's safe and you're able to do so, then yeah, just keep an eye out, make sure they get back in okay. Right, keep an eye on these rods for me while I'm talking to you. So today is Monday, the 10th of March. It's just coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning. Low water today is just after 9 o'clock. It's a very, very small tide today. And we're just 2 dogfish deep at the moment. And we've missed a couple of cracking bites. So I'm feeling really optimistic, to be honest with you. If we'd been pessimistic today, we'd be like, yeah, beginning of March, probably just dogfish and pout. But I'm going to be optimistic. There's a bit of colour in the water. I don't think the sun's coming out today. It's going to be dull, possible patches of rain. And I think we could get ourselves a ray today. You never know. There might be one out there in amongst the dogfish. Quite possibly a couple of those better bites we had might have been a ray. So there's lots of possibilities today. This is Chesil Beach after all. So we just covered dogfish, pout, could get whiting, could get a bull husk, could get any species of ray. We could snag ourselves an early smoothhound. It is very early. But you never know. They're starting to show in the Bristol Channel already, and a bit further down along the coast. It isn't impossible. We've had little ones before on the channel in February. Not impossible. And one of the reasons why I'm setting the clutches today. It also, whenever I'm filming or you're not paying attention, it's always good to have that little audible alarm of a bite when the ratchet goes and you get a bit of line going out. Lets you know there's a fish on your bait. So thank you all for your messages on the recent community post I made regarding my mum. And honestly, I really, really appreciate it. It's really, really nice of you all. It certainly knocked the wind out of my sails, to be honest with you. It's been tough just getting the motivation to come back out fishing again. Hence why this is my first time venturing out in 2025 since the beginning of December last year, in fact. So I appreciate you all for sticking around. I appreciate all recent subscribers as well. Hopefully this will be the start of getting the ball rolling with fishing again. I can't tell you how nice it is to be back on the beach today. It really does feel good. In all honesty today, this session is 99% therapy and 1% fishing. It's lovely we've caught a couple of fish and getting some bites, but like, this one's for me today. And this helps a lot as well. It does help. So thank you for listening. So tactics today then, yes, we have got 2 pulley panels out at the moment. That's what we started with. I've got a third one baited up there now, ready to go. Now I've sorted myself out. Baits today, we have a pack of joey mackerel, a pack of anchovies, some squid, and a wrap of black lug that have been in and out the freezer loads. Baits today came from Tackle UK in downtown Yeovil. So mainly for the benefit of new subscribers then, what tackle am I using today? Well, I only have one matching... Oh, there we are, lovely bite there. You're supposed to be watching that. Right hand rod. Looked more like an eel, didn't it? We'll see if he comes back. I'll continue gassing. I was just telling you my go-to pair of beach rods then. So they're a pair of Blackrock Competition Surf 13'10" rods. Suit my casting style down to the ground. Not too heavy, not too light. They're Achilles heel. They are a little stiff in the tip, so they're not that amazing for bite detection. But they are starting to show, they're starting to show their age a little bit now. I mean, I'm not, you know, it's not like I'm out multiple times every week or anything like that, but they are starting to show their wear a little bit now. So might be looking at changing them at some point, we'll see. Reels, I got a pair of Achios Nitron F15 reels, which I had the same time, brand new as the rods. Really lovely reels to cast with. I've had no problems with them from a casting point of view whatsoever. They are so easy to set up. If you mistime it when you're casting at night and you lob it out and you're a bit slow with your thumb, stopping the spool at the end of the cast, you don't get massive bird's nests or anything. They're just really easy to use. Line, incidentally, I'm a big fan of Daiwa sensor line. I usually prefer using the yellow line just for visibility at night. I have the clear because when I bought this line, where I think I got it from the shop in Yeovil, and they didn't have the yellow one available in that poundage. But yeah, big fan of Daiwa sensor. Shock leader at the moment, I'm using Greased Weasel. Rod rest, I'm using an Ian Gold's 7-foot tripod with the spooligan grippers there, which are excellent. Unfortunately, I bought mine just before they brought out the low diameter version, which would have suited these rods better, but all the same, quite happy with them, lovely things. My latest obsession. So as we approach low water, I've broken out the loop rig. So a couple of those sticky black lugs and a bit of squid. You're kind of always hoping there may be an early place around, but could just attract a different species anyway, maybe a pout or a whiting or something. So we'll pop that out in a bit. We're just approaching low water now, just coming up to 9 o'clock, so that'll be on one of the next ones out. I also have another anchovy and squid bait to pop out as well, so we'll give it 5 minutes, we'll have a freshen up, see what that can bring. So although the sun's just trying to break through now, I can feel a couple of spots of rain in the air. Did say there might be a bit around today. Still no one else fishing at Abbotsbury. I don't know if you can see, but in the very far distance there, looks like there might be a couple of anglers at West Bexington. Camera rolling. Well, that's why it didn't feel like a dogfish. It's foul hooked just behind the head and it actually came in backwards. The line was all wrapped around it. Isn't it annoying when that happens? You think, oh, I'm into something half decent here. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. At least they're not the tiny minuscule things. Let's get her back. Well, we're catching fish, aren't we? So that's the main thing. So yeah, the old fish baits are doing all right today. I'm just putting on a tail section of joey mackerel. I'm gonna wrap a bit of squid around it. There we are. And another one there, that's just a quarter of a joey mackerel. Got that ready to go out then. I'm going to freshen up both rods, fresh baits out, then rebait those rigs. Then it's time for breakfast. I don't think you would have seen him on there. I got a seal right in front of us. Literally right in front. He just saw me and turned over. Let's see if I can get him. Just going to see if he pops up. There he is, all the way out there. Can you see him? There he is. Got up there fast. Interesting though, after getting, you know, I know I had that dogfish on there then, but I've been getting bites fairly consistently all morning, and all of a sudden they just seem to stop. And that's when I saw that seal. He's back again. Why right in front of me? Got a barbecue for breakfast today. Barbecue in a mess pan. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, it's been too long, hasn't it? Long time coming. You're probably wondering why you can't see my rod tips at the moment. There's a very good reason for that. It's because if I get a stinking bite right now, I don't care. I'm just going to eat this. So I have to say a big hello to a chap called Chris. And Chris has very kindly made a number of donations to the channel. Chris, you're such a good egg, mate. There's no need to do that, but it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. Always nice to hear from you in the comments. Thank you very much for that, and I hope you enjoyed this vid. Hopefully it won't be this long till the next one. Oh. I'm not a big ketchup guy, but sometimes, yeah, you just gotta have a bit in there. Not a big mushroom guy either, but same with those really. I've got my coffee here as well. One other angler has ventured out on the beach at Abbotsbury. Chap down there, don't know if you can see him. Right in the distance. With a orange bivvy. Hope you have some luck, mate. I've actually got a bite. Can't believe it. Just a simple breakfast roll. But I don't think there's anything else I would rather have eaten this morning. That absolutely hit the spot. Right, let's get back in the fishing zone. Really lost the tide now. I mean, there wasn't much there to start with, but yeah, it's died right off to nothing now. Been a neat tide today as well. Well, in order to try and put some movement into the baits, I've removed the wires from the leads. So just got plain leads rolling around. I've been doing that in the last couple of casts now, but it has gone dead. No bites, nothing, no sign of fish whatsoever. So, I mean, neap tide in March. I think we did okay this morning. We had a whole bunch of bites and a few dogfish. Seasonal kind of fishing, really, I guess. And it's been nice just getting back into it again, to be honest with you. See you on the next one. Cheers all.